think okay now.
I think we're good. All right.
Okay.
So the man accused of shooting that CHP officer during a traffic stop in Studio City has been formally charged with attempted murder of a peace officer and a special additional allegation of using a firearm causing great bodily injury. The officer, last time that I had an update, he had been upgraded from critical condition to serious condition. Now, I don't know if there's been an update since then, but that is good news. Because even though the word serious is serious, in the world of medical classifications, if you're in serious condition and you're in a decent hospital, that's pretty hopeful. That's very, very, very positive.
Well, otherwise it would be grave, life-threatening.
Yeah,
we're not using any saying that
is
language.
actually towards the better end of
Yes.
things. So isn't this interesting that DA George Gascon issued a written statement saying, I believe these are appropriate charges for the person accused in the horrific shooting of a CHP officer. Isn't this the guy who told everybody no more special enhancements?
Yeah, well,
And now this guy, believe me, I have zero issue with this guy getting an additional enhancement for using a firearm. But it's just funny that George Gascon seems to be, I guess there's two ways to say it. He seems to be reading the tea leaves and understanding that he went too far in one direction, or he realizes his job's in danger and he is abandoning his own beliefs and principles to keep his job.
both.
Like a slimy little rat.
I am going to be doing a story at 7:30 because there is a story on the two El Monte police officers that were shot by that cockroach. And that is a George Gascon story, that he should have been in prison or could have been in prison, and that's going to kill him. This is Willie Horton time for him. And I'll explain even who Willie Horton is. That's a new verb that came out of the Dukakis George H.W. Bush presidential run. I'll explain that at 7:20 or 7:30.
All right. Now, how did they catch the alleged shooter of that CHP officer? Here's how things went down. It was actually a bloodhound named Piper. Piper is the real hero in this. And what's interesting about Piper is her handler, Officer Josh Leone, told KTLA, look, this is what we do on a daily basis. This is what we train for. But I think it's interesting. So first off, apparently the shooter had a cut on his hand. And so Piper was able to sniff that and then follow the blood trail. But also, the bloodhounds look for skin grafts that we shed, and they get the scent of a specific person on it. And it happened in the middle of the night, so they said wind contamination wasn't really a factor. There wasn't heat there, those kinds of things. So they knew that time was also on their side. And then Piper was given the shooter's scent. She takes off, goes right to this homeless encampment over half a mile away. And once they got to the tent, they did hold Piper back so the tactical team could move in. Because anybody who knows these canines, man, when they are told to work until they are told not to work, whatever the call is that they're given, holy cow, those things are on a mission, and they can be really mean when they find the person that they're looking for.
No, I think with bloodhounds don't attack the person that they're looking for. What they do, though, is they go right up.
They go crazy.
And then you can't arrest the guy because the bloodhound is there. Bloodhounds are mostly used not to find bad people. They're mostly used to find missing people.
Missing people, right, you're right.
People that when you find them, you want to help them. So I don't think that he was in danger of being bitten up, but it could have, particularly since the guy obviously had been armed, it could have made things complicated if old Piper was right on this guy's butt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sniffing him.
Piper was like a German shepherd.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this world of bloodhounds and search dogs, that sort of thing, but how is it that you have a bloodhound not named Blue? Aren't they all named Blue?
No,
well, they can't all be named Blue because of the union, Phil. You could only have one Blue at a time, so sometimes you'll see
every
Blue guy,
it's
Blue
my
boy.
my bloodhound named Blue, my dog named Blue. Yeah, it's just, I can't see it.
No, my bloodhound is Dolly. Dolly is the bloodhound.
See that?
See, I messed up.
Okay, you messed up.
But I'm giving a shout-out this morning. Here's my shout-out handle, and it is another one. It is to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department officer, Kiva, who is the bloodhound I met recently at the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes game. She was there patrolling. Beautiful new dog. Beautiful new dog to the department. Very cool.
Well, if you've been waiting for the Olympics in LA to see how badly we can botch a major event, you will get a preview of how badly we can botch a major event because SoFi Stadium in Inglewood will host it'll be one of the 2026 World Cup venues. They're doing a weird thing with the World Cup, which is having the matches spread across U.S., Canada, and Mexico. A total of 16 cities will host World Cup matches, and Inglewood will be one of them. And I think that if it was only up to the city of Inglewood, it might not go so badly, but obviously the city of LA is going to be heavily involved in the impact on the area. So we'll see how that goes. I think I'm supposed to do this story as more of a like rah rah.
Yeah.
They're hosting World Cup. Matt, by the way, have I been saying World Series?
No, you said World Cup.
Yeah, you said World
You said World Cup. FIFA World Cup.
But I know I'm supposed to be like rah rah, but I'm more like, oh, is it going to suck around here
Hey,
when
quick
that's going
question.
on?
Do we know which venue is going to host the World Cup, that final game, out of the three cities?
It may be known. I haven't
Just curious.
yet which specific venue gets it. I know that the U.S. is getting most of the matches.
Yeah.
60 of the 80 matches are in the U.S., and Mexico gets 10, and Canada gets 10.
All right. City Attorney Mike Fewer says he sent letters to marketplace websites because he's trying to keep illegal fireworks down in L.A.
We're demanding that they never post, and if they find them, take down any advertisements for fireworks directed to people here in the city of Los Angeles.
Now, the police department is also trying to crack down, and it looks like that they say that some areas like the San Fernando Valley are considered high-risk zones. But the thing is that the fire danger, that's the thing. It's so high.
There's that also. Kids blow their hands and fingers off. One thing they don't is they can't, they don't snitch on each other because nobody can finger anybody else once these things have blown up. Also, there's a joke there about woodshop teachers, retired woodshop teachers being part of the commercials. Don't have illegal fireworks.
I see. I think the rule of thumb, though, is one joke per topic.
I think we're done with this segment. What do you guys think? Are we ready to come back? But first, let's check in with Jennifer Jones-Lee, live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Well, 2 people have been shot and killed at a church in Alabama. The Stavia Hills Police Department Captain Shane Ware says a 3rd person was hurt during the shooting yesterday.
The Stavia Hills Police Department would like to express our prayers for the families of the victims of this tragic event and for everyone in our community and greater community that is affected by this tragedy.
The shooter has been arrested. The shooting happened at St. Stephen's Episcopal Church during a potluck dinner. A jury has heard opening statements in the trial of a man accused of blowing up his ex-girlfriend at a day spa in Aliso Viejo.
Prosecutors say Stephen Bill built a bomb that had such force it ripped his ex-girlfriend apart in 2018. Prosecutors say Beal was obsessed, infatuated, and jealous. Defense lawyers said yesterday the feds arrested the wrong man because they were desperate, but Beal loved his ex and had nothing to hide. Prosecutors claim bomb-making evidence found at Beal's home matched evidence from the scene. The defense said, of course, Beal's hobby is launching rockets. Investigators had also reported finding more than 100 pounds of explosives and 2 more improvised devices at Beal's home. In Orange County, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
Police are looking for a man who shot and killed another man and a woman in Hollywood. The shooting happened last night shortly before 11. Lieutenant John Radke with the LAPD tells KTLA what they know about the shooter.
Suspect was described as a male black, about 20 to 25, 6 foot tall, white t-shirt, thin build. And he left northbound on Vista Del Mar up the street.
Police say the killing may have started out as a domestic fight. The FDA has authorized the first COVID-19 shots for infants and preschoolers. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention will vote on the vaccines tomorrow, followed by a final sign-off from CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky. Kids under 5 could start getting the vaccines as early as next week. And some popular stores have pulled a product because of a primate problem.
Walmart, Target, Costco, and others have pulled Chowka coconut milk from their shelves over allegations of forced monkey labor. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals says the Thepadungpon Coconut Company, based out of Thailand, uses social monkeys as chained-up coconut-picking machines, depriving them of any opportunity to eat, play, or spend time with their families. Theppadungpong says its investigators visited 64 of its 817 farms and found no monkeys were being used to pick coconuts. More than 45,000 stores have cut ties with Chauca coconut milk. Michael Crozier, KFI News.
Drive on in Topanga. We got a closure there, but first it's sports with Wayne.
The NBA championship was decided last night.
That's right.
With 4 titles in the last 8 years, the run is not done. The Golden State Warriors, once again, are NBA champions.
The score, Golden State 103, Boston Celtics 90. The Angels' Mike Trout hit his 29th home run at T-Mobile Park last night and his 30th. Both of those were 2-run shots. They gave the Halos a 4-1 victory over the Seattle Mariners. Game 2 tonight at 7:10 with Michael Lorenzen on the mound. The Dodgers are back in action. They host the Cleveland Guardians at 7:10 live on AM 570 LA Sports. Clayton Kershaw is going to start. And one last thing, general public tickets are now available. Well, they're available at 11 a.m. this morning for the iHeartRadio Music Festival, September 23rd and 24th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. 2 nights, 1 stage, live performances by Avril Lavigne, Megan Thee Stallion, Black Eyed Peas, Halsey, Lionel Richie, and many more. You can buy your tickets starting at 11 a.m. this morning at axs.com. And if you want to know who else is playing there or other information, you can go to iHeartRadio.com/festival. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports.
If you bought or leased a new vehicle after 2015 and it's basically a lemon and you've gone back repeatedly for a car repair, no help there, let me introduce you to the Knight Law Group. They can help you get rid of that lemon, get your money back. Nothing out of pocket. Call the Knight Law Group for a free consultation. Call 844-43-LEMON, 844-43-LEMON. Visit knightlaw.com. That is Knight with a K, knightlaw.com.
SoCal weather from KFI. Cooler today. Still cloudy in the morning, sunny in the afternoon, very June gloomy. Highs today at the beaches will just be in the 60s to right at 70. We'll be just in the 70s, right at 80 for Metro LA and OC, and just the 80s for the valleys in the IE. We'll stay cool for the weekend, and we'll start to warm it up again as the first part of next week. Let's get a look at your drive through the Topanga area. Jeff Baugh, good morning to you. Already a closure?
Well, good morning, Jennifer. Well, as a matter of fact, this has been in play for a long time, but I've got some good news. Now, good morning to you. Hopefully you've been listening at home for a while if you had to make any of these drives, but good news for the Pacific Palisades. Topanga Canyon actually has been reopened. This only happened minutes ago, but it was shut down since midnight. It was a terrible crash that closed it in between Fernwood and PCH. But again, all lanes are open right now. There might be some workers there, so be careful going through Topanga at this hour, that's for sure. But no problems at all. The 101 back to San Fernando Valley, all in good shape. 405 is being the 405. It's slow from Victory up and over the hill. I do want to caution you about, Jennifer mentioned the marine layer in the weather report there. Boy, it's really in play this morning. I urge you to watch yourself in the higher elevations, going through some of the mountain passes and stuff. The I-15 coming out of the high desert, it's quite foggy on the downhill side, so be careful. But most of our LA and Orange County freeways are in pretty good shape. Let's keep it that way, huh? KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Baugh.
Here's to the great American settlers, the millions of you who settled for unsatisfying jobs because they pay the bills. Of course, there is something else you could do if you got something to say. Start a podcast with Spreaker from iHeart and unleash your creative freedom. Maybe even earn enough money to one day tell your old boss, hey, I'm no settler, I'm an explorer. Spreaker.com, Spreaker. Hustle on over today.
If you want to sell your ride, I'd do it now. All you got to do is go to GimmeTheVin.com, put in your license plate number, put in the miles, attach a couple of pictures, and we'll get it rolling.
Sell up your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Home. It means something different to all of us. For some, it means family time. For others, me time. Home is a place we can be ourselves and welcome our friends. It's where we can share a meal and a laugh. Home is the reason two brothers opened a grocery store over 85 years ago. And why bringing joy to yours is at the heart of everything we do. David Brothers. Fresh, affordable. Community first.
This is Nick Alexander from Alexander BMW. Hand-picked and beautifully pampered. Check out Nick's wholesale district lease and finance offers through BMW FS on every certified pre-owned BMW. Call 800-800-NICK or go to alexanderbmw.com. And remember, Nick can't say no.
Be at Dodger Stadium on June 18th when the Dodgers host the Guardians at 4:10. The first 40,000 fans will receive a replica Sandy Koufax statue commemorating the unveiling of this legendary Hall of Famer statue in Centerfield Plaza, courtesy of Bank of America. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Hey all, it's Dean Sharp. Aldic Home has been the unrivaled master of lifelike silk flowers and home accessories for more than 60 years. But did you also know that Aldic carries the finest in outdoor patio furniture? It's summer classics, and it's so good, Aldic doesn't even want you to buy it. Just come down and take it for a test drive or a test sit. Then go anywhere else and compare. Aldic knows you'll be back. Find Aldic on Sepulveda in Van Nuys and on the web at aldichome.com. That's ALDIK home.com.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh? Then shop at Ralph's. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Ralph's app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Ralph's, fresh for everyone.
Get more ways to save at the Buy 5 or More, Save $1 each sale. Just buy 5 or more participating items and save $1 each with card. Ralph's, fresh for everyone.
Every street is the same, full of parked cars that aren't yours. Why can't you use these not your cars? They're just sitting there. It's why we created Get Around, a car-sharing app that lets you instantly rent cars in your area. Next time you want to hit the road with ease, unlock a car instantly with our app and go. And if you have a car that just sits there, list it on Get Around to make some money for your next vacation. Visit getaround.com to learn more.
Call Service Champions for their $88 professional AC tune-up at 833-777-7777.
For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
And now, in honor of Father's Day, a dad joke. You know, kids, the first French fries weren't actually cooked in France. They were cooked in Greece.
Shut up, Dad.
Happy Father's Day from KFI.
Not bad. Could be worse. I may grab that one today. Oh, my God. Yeah. That's strong. All right, back we go. It is a Friday morning, June 17th. Handel and the morning crew as we continue with more Handel on the news. Jennifer, Wayne, and me.
Maybe he's coming to America. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange, because the Home Secretary over there signed an extradition order after a court ruled that, yes, it's A-OK to extradite him here to face spying charges. Julian Assange still can appeal, though, so yeah, but he may not be packing his bags just yet, although at this point, I think he doesn't have anywhere else to go in terms of appeals.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he lasted as long as he did without being extradited.
Because they're so concerned over there that if they extradite somebody, they don't want to extradite anybody where they're worried they won't get a fair trial, or that if they have medical problems, that their medical problems won't be addressed. I know, but they have to go through the same process.
England and the United States. It's not like they're extraditing him to Yemen, or he's off to some crazy-ass country. This is England to the U.S.
The wheels of justice move ever so slowly.
The wheels aren't going to move so slowly once he gets into prison, I'll tell you that. He's going to be running around quite a bit. They're going to be playing a lot of hide and seek, and he's going to lose that game. Let's move on.
Police have arrested a driver who hit and killed a man in South LA while he was fleeing from the cops. Police say the woman was driving a car that was reported stolen. They say they stopped chasing her on the road and were tracking her from a helicopter when she hit the guy yesterday.
Well,
that's about it.
Murder. Not much more to say about that. Yeah.
Oh no. Guy in Oxnard's been convicted of kidnap with intent to rape a young woman. He saw this woman on the street in Ojai. He grabbed her, took her cell phone, shoved her in the trunk of his car, drove away. This is everybody's nightmare. And it's also the thing, some people will go, oh, you know, that doesn't happen. We're all too afraid. Parents are too afraid. You gotta let your kids run around anywhere they want to go. That kind of thing doesn't happen. Most abductions are people who know the person, which is true. Well, this happened. And the woman, God bless her and her smarts and her ability to think under, I mean, I'd just be crying like a baby probably. She located the emergency trunk release and opened the trunk and got out and got help. And then there were witnesses, and so they rescued the woman, and this guy was charged with kidnapping with intent to commit rape, robbery, assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer. Oh, yeah, by the way, because when they tried to catch up with him, he grabbed, I think, a big metal pole and swung it at the cops. Yeah. Resisting arrest, and he had meth on him too as well.
Yeah, we won't be seeing him for a while.
I hope not. And so anyway, the point here is he went to trial and he's been convicted of all this stuff.
Here's another one. A lot of police blotter on this level today.
Yeah, so this guy, we've talked about this story. This 59-year-old guy allegedly kidnapped this 22-year-old woman. I think they originally met online. And she came out here to be with him, and they moved in together at the beginning of the year, but it was right after they moved in together that the man allegedly held the woman against her will in his home in Chino Hills for months. And now the cops are really concerned because they think this guy might have victimized other women. Yeah. And so they, this guy has been arrested, but they're starting to look into his past to see if this 22-year-old woman was the only one that he's done this to.
Yeah, and it's not only kidnapping, torturing, raping, I mean, all of it, right? That whole litany.
Yeah.
Jury in Santa Monica is deliberating whether some guy named Bill Cosby should pay damages to a woman who claims that he sexually assaulted her during visits to the Playboy Mansion in the 70s when she was underage. They got the case yesterday. They did ask a couple of questions that, to me, makes it seem like they are going to award damages, because they asked how many have to agree on the amount of an award. So if you go into the jury room and everybody goes like, yeah, I don't think she proved her case and I don't think he's liable, you don't ask the judge about agreeing on an award amount. Yeah, that's just my speculation.
I tend to agree with you.
Maybe they're like, let's ask every question we can think of, whether it's relevant or not.
Yeah, there were two issues that I found interesting. I think you touched on those. Number one is her memory. And that is she missed a year. It was maybe I was 16, maybe I was 15. So that one, and I think that's explainable because we've talked about that. The other issue, which I thought was going to be much more relevant, she claimed the rape happened and she was still there partying for 12 hours after the alleged rape, and did not leave or didn't tell anybody, didn't suggest that she had been raped, but. Obviously, it looks like, based on what you said, the jury has overcome that doubt from what it looks like.
And, we have to take a break.
Yeah.
I just want to say that behavior, though, is not indicative of falsehood.
No, that was the one question.
Experts will know that what I'm saying is true.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and finish all this up. In the meantime, let's check in with Jennifer live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Elon Musk told employees of Twitter he wants more than 1 billion users on the social media platform. He also talked about Twitter's financial situation. Didn't outright say job cuts were coming, but noted the company's costs are greater than its revenue. The U.S. Supreme Court is limiting the reach of California's worker protection law. On Wednesday, the Supreme Court ruled the federal arbitration law overrides the California statute, which allows private suits against employers. And the word Renaissance is trending on Google thanks to Beyonce. The singer said this week she's got a new album coming out next month called Renaissance, and Beyonce fans are blowing up the internet to find out more. We'll get a look at your drive with the KFI in the Sky and the 105 in just a moment.
If you are looking to sell your house, have you noticed that it's getting harder, by the day, because, mortgage rates are going through the roof, and all of a sudden people are coming back or pulling back. Well, let me tell you, there is still a way to do it, and I mean quickly, within days, getting your cash money within 10 days or less, and that's letting the folks at directbuyers.com buy your home. You're not listing the house, you're not painting, you're not cleaning, no one's walking through. Prospective buyers, you're not negotiating. Hey, here it is. Here's what we're going to give you. And that's directbuyers.com. They'll give you a fair price and do it that quickly. These folks will give you an honest, no obligation offer. They'll even give you a $15,000 cash advance before closing to help with your move, and they'll never, ever lowball you. That's directbuyers.com. Call 844-242-SELL, 844-242-SELL. Visit directbuyers.com.
From the driveway.com Weather Center, cloudy start to the morning, more sunshine later in the afternoon, and much cooler. Temperatures will just be in the upper 60s at the beaches to the 80s inland. This report is brought to you by Dairy Queen. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places like the 105.
You betcha, and a pretty good report for this time in the morning on a Friday morning, especially with the westbound 105 from the 605 where it starts around Downing all the way into the airport. Just a little slow through the major interchanges. North 405 from Long Beach up, it's great and wonderful shape, no problems at all. And southbound from Sunset Boulevard down to the airport, that's all great. Now, LAX is not great. It's really jammed on departure level. Know where you're going, where you're headed before you get to the airport. It'll help you out. So a lot of time involved there. We're getting some conflicting information on Topanga Canyon. I will follow up on this in our next report, promise. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Baugh.
Hey DQ fans, make this Father's Day one to remember with the DQ cake. Treat him to a fudge and crunch center and layers of DQ soft serve because the big guy deserves it. And so do you. Order yours today, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
This report is sponsored by Sizzler. If someone asks, where should we celebrate graduation? Tell them Sizzler. Because you want Sizzler Steakhouse potato skins or shrimp share basket for $5.99. with purchase of an entree or salad bar.
Hey everyone, Mario Lopez here. I am a native Southern Cali boy, so I know a little bit about hot temperatures and drought, unfortunately. But now that we're in our third consecutive year of it, Lopez Fam Bam is stepping up to make water saving a way of life. We even made it fun planting water smart plants with our kids and adjusting our sprinklers so we only water where needed. Has totally changed our yard game, and we're doing other things too, and so can you. Visit saveourwater.com to get more tips, and let's save California's water together.
Hey, it's Conway here with American Vision Windows. Yes! Now, you guys know the story, right? Through Saavedra, Bill and Kathleen had a horrible experience with windows, so they started a company of their own, American Vision Windows. We had 3 horrible windows in our house. So those rooms were hotter than hell in the summer and freezing in the winter. It was literally like going outside to go to the bathroom. You know, like Little House on the Prairie type. So we called American Vision Windows. It took about 3 hours to install, and now the whole house is the same temperature again. I love it. So American Vision Windows, they've been in business for 20 years, right? That's good. And check out all their 5-star reviews online. Plus, they operate their business the way they want to be treated as customers. For a limited time, American Vision Windows is offering a whole house of windows for $99 a month or free expert installation. On approved credit, not all applicants will qualify, cannot be combined with other offers. New customers only, restrictions apply. Call 888-226-9908. 888-226-9908 or AmericanVisionWindows.com. This offer expires June 30th, 2022. CSLB 778-326.
As parents, we've done everything possible to protect our kids from COVID-19, from using hand sanitizers to masking up. But now we have the most important tool, vaccines. They help protect our children and the entire family. And it's okay to have questions. Ask your doctor about the COVID-19 vaccine for your child or visit vaccinateall58.com to learn more and find a vaccine near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Contractor license 1023790.
When your AC breaks down, call Gettle. Digital Duncan works on every brand of air conditioner. When we hook up Digital Duncan, playtime is over. Digital Duncan doesn't guess. Digital Duncan knows what's wrong. When your AC breaks down, call Gettle.
Digital Duncan works on every brand of air conditioner.
Even yours. Buy a new Gettle AC today and we'll install it tomorrow. Gettle. Goettl.
We'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell.
power blackouts. They happen every year. But guess what, blackouts? You've met your match. Goal Zero, the leader in affordable home backup systems and solar generators. They power your fridge, freezer, lights, Wi-Fi, TV, and more with clean power when blackouts hit. Their systems have no fuel, no fumes, no noise, and no maintenance. Just good, clean energy that keeps your home up and running. So take that, blackouts. Go to goalzero.com to learn more.
Ron Burgundy here. I'd like to tell you about the new season of the Ron Burgundy podcast. Here's the deal. I burned down the sound studio. Not gonna lie, I had a lot of candles going, and I brought a kangaroo into the studio. You can do the math. A real 5-alarmer. Sorry, iHeart. Anywho, we don't have a studio, and that's why the whole 5th season is up on stage in front of live audiences.
Season 5 of the Ron Burgundy podcast is coming to your radio. Hear it Sunday night, right here.
McDonald's, their Szechuan sauce, they brought it back, but they didn't bring enough back because people love it so much.
It's going to be like the run on toilet paper 2 years ago.
Amy, I try not to mention toilet paper on the food show.
I went over the line.
Yeah.
The Fork Report with Neil Saavedra. Tomorrow afternoon at 2 on KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640, Bill Handel here. Friday morning, June 17th. We finish Handel on the news with Jennifer Jones-Lee, Wayne, me.
A man from Huntington Beach was found dead in Death Valley National Park. It appears the guy ran out of gas. So it's kind of weird. David Kelleher, I guess, talked to a park ranger on May 30th because the park ranger cited him for driving off-road. And at that, interaction between the two of them, David Kelleher said he was low on gas. Well, 9 days after that original interaction, this park ranger noticed Kelleher's vehicle by itself in one of the park's most popular viewpoints at Zabriskie Point, and so the Park Service starts looking in his car. And they find this crumpled up note that says, out of gas, and then about 2.5 miles from that point is where they found David Kelleher's body, and they think that he was trying to walk somewhere to get gas.
Yeah, after the encounter with the police officer.
Yes.
I mean, that is weird.
Days later.
It's weird that a cop is tagging someone and saying, hey, you're low, or he's low on gas, and then go on your way, as opposed to making arrangements to get gasoline brought there, or I don't understand this story.
Oh, well, I mean, he cited him for something else, so he was off-road driving.
But the point, if you're low on gas and there's no access to gasoline and you're near there, what? Okay, you're on your way?
See, maybe he did, though. Maybe he did have access to it and then didn't go right away.
I don't know. Also, running out of gas, I mean, that's, that's one thing you don't want to do, certainly, in Death Valley.
Temperatures got to 123 degrees.
I know.
While this guy was probably out walking around.
There's a reason they call it Death Valley. Yeah.
Local man is on trial for use of a weapon of mass destruction, malicious destruction of a building resulting in death, and some other stuff. This is a guy who is accused of sending